When if you're an Australian, you can't have a knife. You can't have a knife in public. But if you come from overseas and you're a Sikh, you can have a knife on you. How is that not two-tier system? How is that not two-tier policing? That's saying they're putting their religion first before your country's laws. That's why we're going towards Sharia law at the moment, because they're literally saying that their religion and their culture has a right more than your country's laws that they've immigrated to. G'day everyone, welcome back to another video. Now, I need to talk about what happened in England at the moment because it's happened in Australia as well. I'm going to show you this footage in Australia because this has happened here before. But why don't you know about it? Probably because they always try and hide stories like this in the media. So we're going to show you what's happened in Australia, just like what just happened to Henry in England, where people are allowed to have knives when the local people can't. Isn't it crazy that people can come from overseas, say it's their religion to have a knife, but the people that live in the country that follow the laws there can't have a knife? So we're going to talk about this. We're going to go through this, but first, get ready. Have a look what happened in 2021 in a school as well. Yes, their religion, the kids can have knives in the school.
A 16-year-old has been wounded and another teen is in police custody after a stabbing at Glenwood High School. Police and paramedics were called to the school around lunchtime, treating the boy who was flown to Westmead Hospital in a stable condition. A 14-year-old student has been arrested and taken for questioning.
So that's what happened in Australia. A 14-year-old student who is a Sikh, who's allowed to have their knife on them, no other student is, stabbed someone, and they banned the knife for a few months. But then the Sikh community went in outrage. This was the peak of the wokeism as well. Went in a full outrage saying, oh, this is racist. You know, this is against my religion. You can't not let me have a knife. That's what I need. I need a knife. Well, this is Australia. Why do we change our laws for other people that come to our country? This is where this all boils down to. I don't have a problem with a knife because I know a knife doesn't do the crime. The people do the crime. Let's get that right. I'm not saying all Sikhs do the crimes, but I'm saying if people are coming over here and they're not abiding by our laws and you think you can just change it for your religion, that's when we are in trouble. And that's why our country is falling apart right now, because they're putting other people first before Australians that come over here and don't abide by our laws. They want their laws from overseas and their religions that don't have social cohesion with Australians. They don't assimilate. And this is a prime case of it. What's happened in England is a prime case of it. They're at the extreme end now, where because they're white, they won't even check you for stab wounds when you're saying you've been stabbed. They say, too bad you were called racist by a Sikh. But I don't want to get too much into that because it really upsets me. But I see this big debate about ban the knife, ban the knife, ban the knife. Yes, because it is banned. The knife is banned. You cannot walk around with a machete. It's banned in Melbourne. But if you're a Sikh, you can. That's the laws. So they banned it after this stabbing in New South Wales, and then a few months later they unbanned it for them because they didn't want to be called racists. So people have to get stabbed and killed because people don't want to seem racist. And that's the biggest problem with our countries at the moment. In the Western world, people are too scared to be called racist still and not stick up for their own country and their own values, and there's a two-tier system. Tell me it's not a two-tier system. Comment down below. It's a two-tier system when if you're an Australian, you can't have a knife. You can't have a knife in public. But if you come from overseas and you're a Sikh, you can have a knife on you. How is that not two-tier system? How is that not two-tier policing? That's saying they're putting their religion first before your country's laws. That's why we're going towards Sharia law at the moment, because they're literally saying that their religion and their culture has a right more than your country's laws that they've immigrated to. That is the definition of what is happening now in Australia with so many other people as well. Saying they come over here, it's because it's their culture, it's because it's their religion, they're allowed to do things that are illegal for you. How is that safe? How is this happening? Now I understand why Americans always want guns, is because there's so many lunatics around. You can't defend yourself, but they're allowed to have knives. Like, how out of control is this when our countries, we're having the same things happen and they're allowed to have knives in school by that? Yes, in a school they're allowed to have knives. How is that allowed? That's against our culture. That's against our laws even. Yet, because they've immigrated here, we have to change for them, but we can't get the same benefits. And that's happening with many other religions, many other races that are coming here, not assimilating, not becoming Australian, and we have to change for them. And look at the consequences. Look what's happening. Australians And white people, let's be real, that's what's happening. It's a demonizing against white people. They haven't been forgotten, they've been demonized. It's a step further. It's gone from, no, don't be racist, to you're bad because you're white. That's what they're teaching. That's why the universities, the kids are so radicalized to hate their own country and vandalize war memorials. It's not being equal. It's you need to feel bad for your race and you need to be demonized. That's what they are doing now. And that's what the woke agenda and a lot of our government now is pushing. You can see it. It's happening all over the West, and that's why the countries are collapsing, because we have the best culture. It's not racist for me to say Australian has the best culture. Australia has the best culture. I want Australian culture and values. I don't want to change for them. They're meant to come here to have a better life and be Australian and change their culture to be Australian. Now, the government is saying the opposite and saying that people come here and we change for them and we have two-tier policing and we demonize white people and attack them and try and put other people before them and change for their cultures. When we have the best culture, that's why they're coming here and the most freedoms, but the government's trying to take it away because whenever there's an attack like a Bondi, they blame the far right. They blame the gun. They don't blame the people and the cultures they're letting run rampant that don't get along with Australians. And I'm sick of it. I can't believe this keeps happening in our countries. We need to speak up more than ever because Australian pride and culture is the best culture, and it's not fucking racist to say it and want our culture. I don't want people coming over here saying, I need a knife in school because it's my religion. Well, your religion, I disagree with it then. It doesn't get along with our culture. If you want to come here, we don't have knives in our school with our children. That's what happens. Yet, because they don't want to be called racists, they let it happen. And look what happens. And it's only going to be a matter of time before this happens again in Australia, just like it happened in England. It's just going to get worse and worse. There's going to be another Bondi because they literally let terrorists back in the country, ISIS brides. It's not going to stop. It's going to continue. But let me know what you think before I pass out because I'm getting too worked up. I think we're at a tipping point. And people, please stop arguing online between the right. I see like a lot of right-wing, which is common sense, people fighting between each other online. Give it a rest. We got bigger issues. We need to address the government, the corruption. Don't fight between us. That is what they are trying to do. Because they are losing, now they're trying to make everyone against each other. They're not big issues. Let's speak up for the real issues. What's going on right now with our government, with our culture, with our pride, with Western values being replaced. So let's speak up for that. And comment down below if you agree. Subscribe to the channel. Join to be a member to show some extra support. Sorry, I'm getting caught up here. And keep sharing these videos to boost the message, everyone. We need to protect our culture. That's what we need to do. And make sure you join the live streams every single night. If you're on Facebook, go to the comment section. I've got a link there to the live streams. Come and join. We'll be covering more of this stuff tonight. Or if you're watching this on another day, just come and join. We always speak up for Australia, and I'll see you in the next video.